properly before they can carry him out of that stadium. But to your point, Rick, there were mistakes made on both sides of this ball game. And you see them, they got their cigars ready. I'd say about 100,000 cigars are in that stadium currently. The ritual after this, following this rivalry ball game. But there were mistakes that were made, and that goes to the ebb and flow of these rivalry games. Whether it's on the field, whether it's on the sideline, and coaches mismanaging the ball game at certain instances. That's part of it. I think you expect that, especially when you have two teams as closely aligned as these are.
The Masters has a green jacket. Wimbledon has that beautiful plate, right? We've seen the Lombardi Trophy for the Super Bowl. Now we see goalposts because they have slayed the dragon. They have finally beaten Alabama.
And let me also say, you mentioned Hooker's numbers, Bryce Young coming back. There was no pitch count for this guy.
Oh, he had 52 passes?
52 pass attempts, well over 400 yards passing, and he looked as if he hasn't missed any time. And both of these young men are NFL quality quarterbacks.
And what a difference, though, with where this game could have ended for Tennessee if Reichert makes his field goal. And Tennessee has to start from deeper in their own territory. And if there had been less time on the clock for them to do this, maybe they wouldn't feel like they were back. And now the Vols can say they are back. They got over the Florida hump earlier this year at home. They're still going to have a trip to Georgia in a few weeks. Still got to deal with Kentucky as well in the SEC East. But there is no greater feeling than what they're experiencing right now in Knoxville, guys.
No greater feeling, absolutely. And look at it. This is a team that has a great quarterback, a quarterback that understands the offense. He ran for over 50 yards, was there when they needed him as a runner. He understands, he has unbelievable poise in the pocket and a gifted crew of wide receivers. Yes. Remember, Cedric Tillman didn't play in this game. When he comes back and is healthy, this is going to look very much like the 2019 LSU team that had Joe Burrow and that gifted group of receivers. They're going to be hard to handle.
No doubt. And defensively, that's still a work in progress currently for Tim Banks, the aggressive defensive coordinator who came over in 2021 from Penn State. But these guys, they flew around. They made plays when a play needed to be made, stopping Alabama on that last drive, forcing the 50-yard kick by Reichert. And, of course, he missed that kick. So they went out and they inflicted upon Alabama what Alabama had intended for them. And I can imagine, I know how they feel in that locker room when your arch rival has owned you. Now, I never had one own UT for 15 years, and UCLA never had one that owned it for 15 years. But 5 or 6 years, yeah, that seems like a lifetime. Just imagine what 15 years feels like.
The party is just beginning in Knoxville. The cigars are getting lit up, and a tradition that exists only in this Bama-Tennessee game, although we've seen players adopt it, including Joe Burrow, and this game reminded us of LSU.